Shadow Spider-Man. I always loved collecting Marvel comics, even if it was Spider-Man, until one day I go to the shop, which I always came to buy Spider-Man comics. Then see the Amazing Spider-Man Volume 5 Issue 44. Then I buy it. Then when I came home, I saw the comic in the floor at my house, which I picked it up, then saw the title of the first issue called The Shadow Spider-Man. The Shadow Spider-Man? I asked. I first read The Amazing Spider-Man Volume 5 Issue 44. Then I see the Shadow Spider-Man, then saw what he looked like in the comic, and it was his first appearance design. But it was black and green instead of red and blue. His eyes looked like a real spider eyes. His legs is covered with spider legs. There is blood on the symbol. The hands look like a real spider. The hands look like a real spider hand. Okay, I'm just making sure that I read it correctly. Just as you know. Okay, gonna continue with the story. And his arms look like a real spider arms. I thought it was cool. Then I began reading it. Then it was like Spider-Man's origin story, but with Uncle Ben and Aunt May, until the spider bites Peter's head, which caused him to have the transformation like a symbiote. Then the spider is fusing with him. And then everybody look in horror as Peter transforms into the Spider-Man that I saw in the cover for a second time. Then use his own flesh as webs. Then use it to break Aunt May's neck, which killed her. Then kill everybody. Then loved. Then whipped his own whipped his own arm off, then beat everybody to death with it. Then he was the only man left that was still alive. Then begins to whip his own head off. Then I began to throw up to the bathroom after I finished that comic. Then I saw the back in the cover that I will be next. And man, that was a creepypasta story. It's like, you see, I made this more like 1000% creepy because having some sort of creepier version of Spider-Man is kind of interesting, and having the whole head off thing is kind of like thinking about the ending, about he will be next. The protest. Oh man, it's so difficult to say words. Some words that I'm totally difficult at saying. And the protagonist. Okay, I got it correct. See about learning about this comic. And now it looks like that this Spider-Man, this creepy Spider-Man, is coming after him. So, of course, I didn't do the full story about what happened next, about the ending, but, yeah. So, what do you think about the story? Do you think it was interesting? Or maybe that's too scary? So, yeah. Peace!